welcome in. This is the 2025 Minnesota Majestic right here in East Bethel, Minnesota, north of the Twin Cities. This is the 5th stop on the Go Throw Tour presented by Prodigy Disc. I'm your host today, Luke Humphreys, joined in the booth by one of the guys that knows how to talk disc golf as good as any. His first time, though, on Go Throw coverage. Welcome in, Silas Schultz.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I'm super excited to see how these guys attack this course.
Yeah, we got a 27-hole layout today. Not exactly normal.
Yeah.
But we're keeping them all in for this second round coverage, and then we'll go to just 18 holes in the final round. Shooting the hot round, Mr. Joe Rovere.
Back-to-back-to-back Masters World Champion, and using this event as a warm-up to go for 4 in just a few weeks.
He's a savvy competitor. If he's doing something, it's probably for good reason. He's got a great putt from Colorado, so he's making some adjustment in elevation.
Yeah.
We'll see how that works for him. He's probably a veteran at that. Co-hot round there, Andrew Presnell, a one-time major champion.
Yeah, facts. He also, I feel like, has a style of game that fits this course very well.
Yeah,
and that shows in the 16 under round.
You're exactly right. He plays park courses really good, racks up birdies well,
Yeah.
Not afraid to go 6, 7 in a row. Matty O, no stranger to the Majestic. He's been coming up here for 15 years plus, as this event has been competed since 1996. This is the 38th or 39th edition of the Majestic, and this guy right here got a couple at least under his belts, I think.
Yeah. I would assume so. I mean, he's just kind of holding it down in Minnesota. I feel like a lot of the time that he's not on tour, which he hasn't been on tour a whole lot, and so he's holding it down in Minnesota.
He's got Minnesota on his back.
He does.
The house that Kale built, and got to shout out Ray Jordan, the entire crew out here at Blue Ribbon Pines. This place is looking as good as it ever has. Starting off hole 1, classic 340. Throw a fairway driver, mid-range, whatever you want.
All right, we're here for the 2025 Majestic weekend here in Minnesota at BRP. Today for our lead card, round 2. Starting us off from Longmont, Colorado, Joe Rovere.
That's our TD right there. Big thanks to Odie. He just ran the Preserve.
Yeah.
And now he's running the Majestic back-to-back. Those guys never stop the Airborne Tour. Odie's the man.
That looks like what you're looking for right there.
Exactly right. Going with a straight to stable fairway driver.
All right,
playing it
up
right
next
off those
from
trees.
Ozark, Missouri, we have Andrew Presnell.
It's the A-tier killer right here.
Yeah, dude. B-tier killer, A-tier killer. He's at a smaller tournament or a bigger tournament. I mean, he's always a force to be reckoned with. Look like he's going mid-range here, which I like to play.
There's a lot of buzzes, a lot of drones.
Oh, that's not the kick. Could have been okay with the opposite kick, but
Yeah.
not really.
Third
the
on the
release
box
was
from
crazy.
Satsuma, Alabama, Matthew Orum.
Way down there south, close to where you're at.
Yeah,
You two are the southernmost professional
We're-
disc golfer on the tour.
we are. I think Freddie from Mexico, he's got us, but
Right,
I think I might be more south than Mario, or about equal.
You guys are on the Gulf.
He knew.
He loves this disc.
What is it? Is that a bear?
Yeah, it's a bear. He says it's his team.
Now rounding out our card, our very own from St. Paul, Minnesota, Kale Leiviska.
That's a good shirt, dude.
Cream with the blue.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
You're big into the fit checks. If people don't know about your social media, they got to go check it out.
I'm big into the Brad fit checks. His stuff is the
Yeah.
best. But now this is a very good fit. This looks like a pretty good shot. I need a little ground play.
He gets it. You know he's going to get the love out here at BRP. This place has really been setting the standard for private courses for over 2 decades.
Yeah.
I think you said it best. BRP walked so that Eagles Crossing and Maple Hill and all those courses could run. And Maple maybe, honestly, is right there with BRP as far as history. But Kale,
Ooh.
low left pocket, getting the love. And I think this is the first tournament in the United States that these RPM Helix 2s are being used.
Yeah. I hadn't putted on them until the skins match before this, and big fan. I really enjoyed the way they catch, the way they look. I like the band on them, on these ones. I like it a lot better than the ones without the band, and had literally zero complaints, only good things to say about him.
Yeah, they catch really well. Ray went ahead and powder coated them up too. So you got 25 of the 27 blue bottomed, and then hole 8 and 24, of course, are going to be the Kobe colors.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kobe. So we got 3 birdies right there. Andrew throwing that mid-range off the trees, going to be dropping a stroke to the card, headed into hole 2, which is a combo of hole 2 and 3 out here at BRP typically. So this is a par 4.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like one that you can attack for eagle or just play more aggressively by playing down the left side, but also this right fairway is a great way of accessing the green as well. A couple of guardians down here on the right side of your screen that you got to beat if you play that lane, but a decent shot can get you in a spot where you should be able to make something bubble.
Yeah, this is really a whole just piece up. Looks like Joe just going straight with it.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, gets the nice kick into the middle. Yeah, he's only about 150 feet out, maybe less.
Yeah.
Probably less.
I'm excited to watch Joe play because I've heard about him. I know about his greatness. And even like the great players who have come out of Colorado as a result of his greatness. Like if you wanted to win, you had to beat Joe.
Yeah.
This might be the first time where I've watched, him play in the way that his form works and his style of golf, and it's smooth.
Yeah, he definitely knows what he's doing. And shows up to the course every single round trying to win.
Yeah.
That's the thing I noticed in 2019 playing on the 303 Open with him second round on lead card was that this guy is as competitive as anyone.
Yeah, he doesn't mess around.
Pretty cool.
And he's a school teacher as his occupation? Yeah.
I think in 2019 he was like Colorado Teacher of the Year.
Hey, he's going to do it all the way, bro. He's going to be the best. If he's playing Masters, he's going to win Worlds. If he's going to be a teacher of the year.
That's amazing. Just living life. Right, all right, Matteo early with his forehand, so he's forcing the right side forehand roller, gets himself to the circle's edge.
Yeah, that seems like pretty good from where he was at.
May have rolled backwards a little bit, probably about 45 feet, but that's a look. Kale missed the gap left, scrambled up to here. He's got this high putter kind of stall shot. Doesn't go as high as I thought he'd go. Veteran movie parked it. Wow. Looks like the same disc he threw off of the tee on hole 1. Stable fairway driver. Oh, is this a flick?
Ooh.
Early on, hole 2. Not going to see this very often, guys. Andrew, one of the best one-way players in the game. Typically only throwing a backhand. Similar to my co-host today. You throw a lot of backhands too.
Yeah, when at all possible. I have the sidearm, but, longevity, elbow stuff, and I watched Gannon's video on how to throw a sidearm, and now I think I'm doing everything wrong, so I've kind of just put it on the shelf unless I really need it.
Quit for now. That was a weird bid there.
Yeah.
Needing to go Anheuser nose up to make that one happen. You see how close Joe was and how easy that little forehand around the corner went? We didn't talk about it, but...
Ooh.
See the helix grab that high right a lot. I don't know if that one was just kind of heading out of the chains.
I mean, and this could be nitpicky, but my thing is I think it was too flat. Just too high and flat. A little hyzer that might scoop it in, but...
Yeah, I feel you. Prezzi's got a little wobble to his putt. Typically accepted to the chains a little better than a hard spun. It's going to be Joe and Kale starting their rounds, birdie, and Prezzi dropping already a couple now to Joe with back-to-back pars. Not the start he was looking for.
This is an interesting course, I feel like, for scoring. There's a lot of holes, a lot of birds to get. You drop a couple early, it's not the end of the world, but you definitely have to keep a pretty fast pace.
Yeah, it's definitely not. You're going to have birdie opportunities to get, but you can't let too many of them go by. You feel like a guy like Joe, you give him a lead, he's just not going to turn around.
Yeah.
Hole 3, it's actually hole 4 on the course, but man, this is a signature hole here at BRP. One of the best holes on the planet, and if you guys want to see one of the best shots ever thrown on it, you're going to have to watch Skins. Silas, my co-host today, the best shot I've ever seen on it.
We won't spoil it. You just gotta check it out. You gotta see it to believe it.
Let's see how aggressive these guys go, though. What speed are they throwing off the tee? How far are they trying to get?
This looks like he's done it very well to just put himself right in the middle.
Super modest.
Oh, yeah.
You know how low he went?
Yeah.
Minimizing any sideways movement after a kick. That's just smart play.
The angle control was so flat that it just pushed straight, just like he wanted.
Okay.
That's so close.
It was super close.
Can see what
That's a
happened once
typical
it
Kale
got
look.
off.
A hyzer flip up the right side. It's kind of the pro move because if you kick left, you have a very open shot.
Yeah.
If you kick right, it's death. Kale kicked right.
Oh, no. It's in the middle. But this feels like something you would just think Matteo would lace.
Yeah,
you know?
he was going faster, too. That was a
Yeah.
fairway driver. So he was trying to bite off a little more, possibly get himself a eagle look. It's only 444, plays slightly downhill, too, so...
That's not death totally, right?
No, I don't think so. Matt didn't stay in the middle, and oh no. Is this a roller look?
Oh, no. I was just waiting for that to roll out of the woods and it'd be
hoping-
great, you know?
I was hoping for him. It is terrible in there. Lots of times your only option is to pitch back out to the fairway, or you risk staying in there. Interesting that he doesn't go patent pending.
Oh, this hole's kind of a pressure cooker. Like there's not a lot of room for error. You have to just execute.
I was explicit too. That right side is no fun. These guys just keep on kicking right. Look at that little ground play shot, man. He never threw his disc more than 2 feet high this entire hole.
That feels like expert, like playing there. Like kept it. It might have been the same disc, just low, driven into the ground, play for the ground play. Matteo is playing a different fairway right now, I think.
Is that like hole 5 or 6?
Yeah.
Wow. And Kale, forehand cut roller. Rarely seen. He's going one finger here. He throws one finger forehands.
Oh, wow. Oh, this is amazing.
Are you serious?
Oh, he almost got up top.
Up on it. Unbelievable. Got himself out of trouble. Already, these guys scrambling, throwing shots they typically would not throw. 2 forehands now from Prezi.
Yeah, I was about to say we need to put a counter on that.
We really should. It's probably going to be the only 2.
Yeah. That would have been huge. Is that for par?
I believe it was.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of play out of this right side. I can't say that I know exactly where everybody's at, but we're about to find out right here. Prezi, that looks like a par putt there. Nice. Joe, this is going to be a birdie putt. I do know that. And he will continue to spread that lead over Andrew with another birdie here.
Yep.
Yeah, he's making it look easy.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. Like, if you're the other guys on the card and you watch Joe just throw it into the ground twice, tap in a 20-footer for birdie, it's like, man, what was I thinking? Not just doing that, you know?
That's exactly right. And Kale, not letting him get out of sight, just 2 back. Guys, we are going down to Puerto Rico and then straight to Mexico. It's the start of the 2026 Go Throw Tour. We can't wait to be back in those 2 spots. We're going to a different spot in Mexico as well, going down south of Mexico City. It's going to be super fun. Information's at gothrow.com. All that stuff is getting figured out now, but start making plans. These are cheap southern trips that are super fun for the disc golf community. We look forward to seeing you guys there. This is a tricky par 4, even harder now with this second pin placement, which your first time seeing this course, you don't know how easy it was to just get across there with a little forehand. You can't really do that on the entry anymore.
No, all I know is this hole feels impossible from the 2 times I've played it. But that looks perfect also. Oh, what is happening?
It's the perfect roll ever if it stops.
No, don't.
Stop.
No.
Oh, there. Oh my gosh.
No way.
18 inches too far. It's going to be in a pretty good spot, though, I think, for him to get up and down. But fortunate and then unfortunate, I'd say.
And he has no idea. He thinks he threw it on the tee box like he was hoping for.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Kale, not a great little kick. It looked like his shot was coming out a little bit early anyways.
This tee shot is so hard, and then you also, to give yourself a look, wow, doing some course maintenance there, you have to get it up into position to basically where Joe's likely would have landed minus the roll.
Yeah.
So that, to me, is what makes it so difficult. Is like, the drive is not easy, but you better execute it to the best you possibly can. Like this, that should give him something.
Solid work from Matt. Yeah, playing understable mid-range and not starting it like on the right side, but getting it to drift across the entire screen and keep moving to the right. It's like a pretty specific shot.
Yeah. And there's also a couple of trees that if you hit them, it's a little out of your control, I feel like.
Is Kale going for this? You got to carry an OB spot with trees on the other side that typically kick you back in. He is going for it.
Get lucky.
He said, get lucky, it's parked.
Silas. That's too good.
I mean, what I was going to say is, like, it's difficult to lay up because of the way the out of bounds is and all of the trees on the right side. Your layup can just, no.
Go, go, go. Or come back.
Oh, I think it's fine.
It's in.
Oh, my gosh.
It's up against the rocks in bounds. Insane. Matt just needed to carry that forehand roller another 2 feet.
Wow.
Instead of throwing it right into that rock. Wow, this is a beautiful
That's
shot.
perfect.
Yep.
I feel like the way I describe Prez's game is he never messes up the simple things.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to make all of his putts that you expect him to make. They're all going to look the exact same way when they enter the chains, and he's going to get up and down from those spots.
Joe now going to have about 44 feet to save his par. Wasn't really that hard of a shot. Easiest of the bunch, I'd say. Got a little loose, left it a little wide. Matt somehow staying in bounds. This should be a fairly easy shot, too. This is a disc that he actually bought off the internet. Got online, messaged the seller, asked some specifics about it, and then purchased it for $25.
What is it? Is it Judge?
It's a Lucid X Warden.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kind of funny. He can get any disc he wants.
I just love that the person was like, all right, Matty, $25.
Yeah. All right, Joe taking a bogey. Matt to save the...
Oh,
He didn't even... He thought it was in.
that was very similar to Prez on hole 2.
Yeah, Matt's was hyzering, though, you know?
Yeah.
You asked for
Which
that
is what I
hyzer.
thought it took, yeah.
Yep. Matt thought it was good. It looked good. And that's going to be a bogey for Matt. Bogey for Joe. And Kale asks for the lucky. Gets it. Picks up 2 on Joe. That's a tie game up top.
That's crazy. That's a crazy swing. Just after those drives,
Yep.
if I had to guess how it plays out, that's not what I'm picking at all.
Nope. Kale risk it for the biscuit. Going over the OB.
Pays off.
4 through 4. All right, thanks to our sponsors, headed into hole 5. This one, you're not going to see competitors try and take over the lake very often. It's more of like a putter mid-range short, leaving you a similar length shot, maybe a little further into the screen. We do know that on skins, Matteo threw one about 550 down there. It's actually got a little spot to commemorate it. So He's on the card. He knows how to do it, but guessing most of these guys just play it safe.
Yeah, that's a do not try at home or during a tournament type of line. I think it's going to be a lot of mids and putters to just get them to a spot where they're probably throwing about the same distance to the green as off the tee.
Yep. Kale gets past those trees. That's what he's doing. Hits the tree, so now he'll be fairway driver in from there. Prezi hugging the right side, going through the pure gap, leaving himself perfect position.
Looks ideal, yeah.
You'll see people either try and kind of sneak the putter out left or do what Prezi did and just pump it straight. That's that short putter left.
Yeah.
So he full flighted it to where Kale is now after Kale hit the tree. Joe just not trying to bite off much.
He's really playing for his spots right now, it feels like. He's got a game plan, he's sticking to it, and he's making things easy for himself.
Slides right by that tree that Kale hit. He and Prezi, same distance, perfect position. Gotta finish. Those woods sneak up quick right there, about 50 feet, and you're slightly guarded by the trees on the green. It'll be an obscured 45, 50 footer.
Yeah, he'll have a look to go 5 for 5, but not exactly what he's looking for. I'm wondering if Joe lays up to this spot because he has like a disc or a shot that he's playing that he wants maybe that farther. And that's, I mean, I'm right. All right, I don't know if I am, but that's what it feels like. he threw it to there. It's exactly where he wanted to land so that he could throw that disc like that and land right there.
Yeah, stable fairway. Hits it flat, lets the disc do the work, fading back. Matty-O, very similar.
Oh, not bad.
That little stump, that half stump with the plaque, that's where Matty-O threw his drive. 200 feet past where these guys are now.
And I tried to land there. It was so difficult. I was in the skins. They're like, oh, yeah, he threw it to right there. I was like, all right. And it just doesn't seem possible.
It is inhuman.
Stand on that tee box and think about throwing as hard as you can through the right side gap, clearing all the trees and making it right there. It's not possible.
I stood there and turned around and looked back to the tee box. that seemed crazy as well. Prezi just laying up, a little frustrated. You can tell, not getting things started as quickly as he did yesterday. Plan to today. Had a pretty good look at it, really.
Yeah, not as obstructed as I thought, but still, I mean, a pretty good distance from the basket. That's a good bird from Matt.
Matty-O taking the bird. Joe going to be doing the same. Nice little bounce back there. Still no pars on Joe's card. Prezi understandably frustrated. 5 straight pars, not the way you want to start any round, especially here at Blue Ribbon.
And I think there's a lot of ways to drive a disc golfer crazy. And for me, my least favorite is taking a plethora of pars in a row. It makes you kind of feel like you're going insane.
Yeah. Hole 6, man, dream hole right here.
Yeah.
I love this one. That tree laid across. Kale asked it to be removed. Ray Jordan, the owner, put a post in to make sure it stayed forever. Just fun little banter between the two of them. This is just a great hole. Cool green with the mixed mulch.
And I just like the idea that you can't see the basket, but you see the tree you have to beat. So it's, you know what you have to do, but it's still sort of obstructed or blind.
It's a perfect visual. That's the same disc he threw last hole.
Oh, wow.
Quick turnaround. He knows.
Oh, he didn't like it.
Oh, he didn't?
I guess not.
I think he loved it.
Did he?
I think he did.
He looks, I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
Hard to tell. He looked a little mad, but I feel like he just looked intense, and that's kind of his energy most of the time on the course, I would assume.
Even if he didn't like it, he didn't miss it by much.
That's true. Just a little early. And he'll still have a look.
Gotta hustle. Finish. That's just fine.
Okay.
All the way to pin high. That is just fine. It's what I find myself doing. Typically just flipping it up a little straight on this hole.
Yeah.
It's hard to get it left and continue pushing. I think if you just if you get caught up in that, you end up being short left.
That was a crazy flight. I feel like it was hyzering and flipping a lot at the same time.
I think that was a scorch.
Oh, okay. Understable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good looking shot.
Yeah, that'll do. I think a lot of those guys going hyzer out of the hand feels like the easiest way of hitting the gap, at least for me. But I feel like what I want to do is throw it like flat right down the middle and have it break late. You know, like maybe a little flex even.
Yeah. And I've been playing this thing since 2019. There are a lot of birdies that come from short left. There we go.
That's a good
Outside
putt.
the circle. He's got a lot of legs in his putt.
Yeah.
You know, I saw him out there putting while we were doing the our YouTube our podcast, excuse me. And Joe spent probably 2-3 hours putting. I could see him in my peripheral. We were working and doing stuff, and this man did not stop putting. This is the way you become back-to-back Masters World Champion.
And he was putting every kind of way. He would like switch to straddle, then putt hyzer and hyzer and flat and like from 50 feet and stuff. And he was like, yeah, just making them all day.
Somebody that can continue practicing for more than like 20, 30 minutes and continue being creative and mixing it up.
Yeah.
And like staying focused, not like starting to practice badly.
Yeah, I get distracted, bro.
The second that you get distracted, you got to stop.
Yeah,
you know?
pull the plug.
But if you can be dedicated and practice like that, that's really how you hone in and break into another level. Hole 7, this is a jump putt hole.
Yeah, correct.
You're not going to see this hole on very many courses or very many A tiers, but this is the Minnesota Majestic. We've been doing this a long time. And look at that little full flight tomahawk.
I like it.
Dude.
Putter tomahawk, it looks like.
Yeah. I've never seen it on this hole. He opened up the gap. Flight was perfect.
Yeah. That was just all wrist for Matteo. Like, just popped it right down the middle. This hole is hard to throw soft enough. And I feel like that's kind of what got Prez there
Yeah.
a little bit. Is like, if you're not jump putting or doing something kind of creative like Joe, then it's hard to tone back enough on your swing, especially Prez doing a run up. And I'm someone who doesn't really like standstills that much. I like to have a little rhythm, and it's just so short.
Yeah. Our crew playing it all right. I wouldn't say it's this is as nice as I've seen it played. Kale now outside the circle after jump putt. On circle's edge, just outside. There's a few right sides that I see the helix catching a lot.
All of them from distance as well, which, yeah, I don't know how that really plays a factor, but
Yeah.
I will say for Kale, this is not a hole that you see a lot of circle 2 looks. It's a lot of those early tree hits and then a lot of circle 1s.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird distance and like really not something you're trying to have to knock down to get your birdie on this 150-foot hole.
Yeah, no kidding. And Joe Rovere now back to a 3-stroke lead over Kale. Just a few holes ago, they were tied.
Yeah, that happens so fast.
Insane, right?
Yeah.
There was the 2-stroke swing on hole 4. Kale tied it up. And ever since then, it's been pars for him, birdies for Joe, leads back to 3. And Prezi just 1 birdie in his first 7 holes. Headed into hole 8. If the last one was a shorty, very specific, this is one of the crazier holes you'll ever see. It's really kind of a banana hole, like a beach frisbee shot. You're looking to go high, stall, and hyzer, and just like let it pan. It's more of like a spin shot, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I played it one time. I just threw putter and hyzer as high as I could.
Yeah.
And you just see what happens. And Joe's just picking his spots. He said he's probably just going to pick that disc up and do that again and then take his par. He does not trying to scramble. I kind of like the play. Like,
when you've seen things go wrong here, they go very wrong.
yeah.
You connect with the tree, it full flights back
Yeah.
to you. You miss the Mando, all of a sudden you're taking a 5 or something. It is a smart play by Joe.
And I think there's something to just making your life easy. You know, he's going to execute his game plan by going jump putt. And if you throw it and you're off the fairway like Prez is, he's going to scramble and get a par. And those pars feel very different. Prez is stress-free, and Prez has to, you know, make something happen from the woods and be creative. And it's just to keep the stress out. Oh no. That's a little bit of stress, I feel like, yeah.
Yeah.
And Prez is just not Prez, but Joe is just sitting there ready to get up and down.
Yeah, Kale now throwing a forehand. This is not easy. I've been in this exact position before.
Looks pretty good.
And the thing about this is, though, the basket has 3 trees that are within 2 feet of it. So you can be 15 feet away and have almost no chains to look at.
I mean, he just did a 2-shot hole on a sub 200 footer, but like that's you can tell he's got a game plan. He's sticking to it, and he's gonna get some strokes. It looks like.
No kidding. Look at Matt.
Matt looks very frustrated.
Yeah, a little flustered, slightly flustered. Prezi, now this is for par. No, excuse me. He'll be taking a par.
Yeah.
Not a bad spot. Now, Kale, this is for par.
Yeah.
Straddled out probably means one of these trees is in his way. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good.
I mean, there's certain putts on this screen that you have to bounce off a tree to make.
I was about to say, I feel like there's backboard that could be called. You know, call some bank on a putt.
I did. I didn't make it, but I called it.
I've only called bank once. It was at USDGC when they had those trees very close, and I cashed it without the bank, so I had to give myself a par.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, while we're watching these guys tap in, the 6th stop on the Go Throw Tour is up. The registration is now live. Failer Lake out there in Pennsylvania is good to go. You can find it on the disc golf scene. Steve Bro, the whole team up there, runs one of the best events of the year. We love going there. Failer Lake's one of our favorite spots. 200, 300, 400 people at the skins matches out there watching AB crush at 700 feet. We're doing it again, guys, so check out gothrow.com. Headed into hole 9, which would be halfway point, but it's not. This is bonus golf day today. This is a cool par 4 right here. Couple places to lose your disc, though. If you let this backhand leak left on the drive, you specifically.
Yep, that water is really nasty. And the mud is really cold on the bottom, and there's leeches, and there's probably 200 discs in there, all right? And I pulled out most of them.
Guaranteed.
But I got mine back, thankfully. But, yeah, you're not really trying to do too much off this tee. I mean, Prez is he's locked in with that.
Early walk-off. Couple people doing it.
Yeah, it's just a mid-range. You know, you want to get yourself to the spot, and then you do a little bit of work. We saw on the skins match Adam Jimenez unleash a sidearm on this hole, but that's got to hit the floor. Okay, not out of bounds.
No, that's fine right there. It is worth noting, like at 95 degrees with almost 100% humidity, so it feels like 110 out there on these guys.
Lucky to have some shade. Matteo, pretty used to the elements.
You know, Matty's kind of in no man's land there. He's going to have a decision to make, whether he wants to take it over the pond by the green, which kind of seems like he's going to do. Keeping the height right. This can't clip.
Come on.
Oh, go in.
Do it. No way.
Oh.
No way.
So good. To keep the height here is insane, man.
And it seemed like he was calling for it. Oh, that little kiss off the tree, too.
Wow.
That's bizarre.
Insane, man. Nose up goodness.
It's a Matteo special. This is really what I like about the hole is the water before the green makes a shot like that so dangerous.
Kale was trying to get sketch with it.
That's crazy. Like, that's a shot I feel like your hands are tied. Like, you should not go for it because if you don't have a stance or an easy line.
Oh, Joe, high.
Oh, no.
Joe, high. Oh, mistake made. Luckily, he'll be close enough inside the circle for his par putt, I think. But yeah, that was just high out of the hand.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you get your work done on this approach.
Yeah.
And Prez, with a little bit extra distance on the drive, looks like he's making things a little bit easier.
Everybody going a little high, understandable. Last thing you want to do is just short it with water. He's going to have now a pretty death-looking putt from right at the shack. He'll be smelling cheese curds while he throws that one. isn't as close as they.
This is a very interesting bid.
Oh.
I didn't expect that.
I didn't either. Kind of a spinny thing.
Yeah, like a lot of Anheuser.
Yeah. A lot of nose up.
It feels like that's a good bird for Prez.
That
Feels
is.
like a safer run. You know, it's falling. It's not. You know, and there's water, I guess, right over there. So maybe that's why he did it. But
Yeah. You know what I like about Prez's start? He didn't get the birds, but he didn't take any bogeys. He stayed patient.
Yeah.
Now he's got a good bird that's going to pick up strokes on the card. That can kind of get you some momentum. You're picking up 2 on the leader.
I mean, he's tied with Kale now.
Yeah.
You know, and it feels like Kale's playing a better round. You know, he started a little bit better. What did he start 4 for 4?
Yeah.
And yeah, he didn't take himself out of it.
Nope.
And there's a lot of birdies to get. Yeah.
Bunch of holes. 17 holes left to play. 16 or 17. As they look for Joe's disc. Plenty of rakes around here.
Yeah, lots of rakes.
Head into hole 10. Man, this is just a tight hole. I find myself not getting the birdie here as often as I'd like. I think an understable mid-range right up the gut is a good play. 325 on the number. I think it plays more like 350 or 360 though, because it is slightly uphill.
Yeah, and it's a pretty claustrophobic line. Like I feel like it plays good for a side-on flex if you've got it. I prefer that hyzer flip down the middle, but it's just a tricky par 3.
You see a lot of people doing this too, just playing the poke and hope down the right side.
The basket's also super tall. So once you get there, like, you know, good shot, he's about circle's edge, and now he has a pretty intimidating putt.
Yeah. There's that flip up mid-range through the middle, maybe a little much hyzer from Kale, but good place to putt from in the open.
Yeah.
There's actually aspen tree growing out of that 10-foot high stump right there that his disc landed by. A tree and a stump. Not going straight mid. That was the last one it needed to beat.
I guess no one really wants any piece of this left side. Maybe Joe does.
And he kind of pushed the right side as well. He kind of turned it over. Yeah, that right side ends up letting a lot of discs through.
Yeah.
Dangerous one to run.
Yeah, especially this one looks very scary. Looks good though. Wow.
Stop it. Glasses
Wow.
fall off.
Even his body language afterwards, he's just
Yeah.
like, get me off this hole.
Yeah. That is a great catch for the high rights that we've seen haven't stick. That kind of middle high left just swallowed it up.
He had such good pace on it from that far. I mean, what a putt to run and to make. He's having a roller coaster of a round currently.
See the tree and the stump there?
Oh yeah, that is so cool.
Kale needed to straddle around that stump, unfortunately. Kind of caused a stance issue for him. Got
Yeah.
the Pabst Blue Ribbon with the pines right there, carved into the stump. It's been there a long time since I've been coming here. Cool little touches that you get to have at private courses.
Yeah.
You know, Silas.
That's what I was gonna say. Is it has the feel of a private course. It's just very homey. There's like knickknacks and like just the way that everything is manicured. That's a great birdie from Joe. But like you know, you feel like I don't know, like you're at your family's house a little bit. You know, maybe your extended family you don't see all the time, but it's good to see them. You know, like it just has a very homey feel to it. And the course is just really fun. You know, like even this hole is like it just has fun shots. And fun lines with just a good atmosphere.
It's enjoyable for sure, and it helps that the owners are landscape company owners as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Make sure all that grass is tight. Ray Jordan and his crew do an amazing job. Hole 11 now. This is going to be the first hole that you go to a mandatory drop zone if you go out of bounds, which is really penalizing in a situation like this with the OB only 7 feet behind this basket. You're going all the way back 120 feet insta bogey or worse. Lots of ways to play it. I would never throw a backhand on this hole. Prezi would never throw a forehand.
I would only throw it back in, I think.
This looks pretty good.
And that looks like what you want to do. It kind of got away from him there, but the backhand like flex stall is like a good way to do it. But also if you land it 35 short, which seems like a good idea, then you have that putt with the OB lingering.
Push it, push it, push it, push it.
A little bit better than Press.
Yeah, good
Both
shots.
Good spots, yeah.
It's the safe play to keep it turning.
Yeah.
Not really play that hyzer back flex. Now Matt throwing this thing again. Oh no. And that is just an instant bogey. And you got to be careful because you can turn it into a dub as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, trying to hit a gap when a gap isn't needed to be hit there, I think is the mistake.
Going low, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely more airspace high. That's kind of everyone else is doing it. And it feels like that works for the kind of flex shot that you see a lot from Adios. It just disappears into a hole. In my head, this is just the Adam Hammes hole. That's what I know for.
Yeah.
It's not a great thing. I'm pretty sure he parred.
He did.
So good for him, but it's looking a little breezy out there.
Yeah, sketchy putt too for Kale. If he misses that one, he still goes back to the drop zone.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
All OB goes to drop zone. It's penalizing for sure.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. You gotta take this one serious. Any pan rollaways.
I mean, yeah, even this is liable to, bounce right and just roll straight out of bounds. You go all the way back to the drop zone.
Yeah, good bird from Joe.
And even with his 2 bogeys, his game is looking very strong
He
right now.
continues to pick up strokes on the card. These guys all taking at least par or worse. Matty O dropping 2 to Joe here, and Kale not grabbing the bird either.
Joe's a competitor, though, and he knows that these maybe are not the guys he needs to be worried about at the moment.
It's true.
With a course like this and a field, this always has a great field. There's somebody shredding out there.
Guaranteed.
And yeah, he's gotta keep his foot on the pedal.
Yeah, Ace Run Pro has chase card coverage. It is already out. Definitely go check that out. Give them a like and follow as well. They're out here working hard, helping us on the Go Throw Tour. Headed into hole 12, only 296. Couple routes. You'll see backhands take this skinny route, which seems questionable in my mind. There's a high spike hyzer forehand for the righties that I think is preferred. What are you doing?
Man, I'm going up that middle, dude. I mean, that's what I did. I played it one time. I went up the middle. It worked. I thought the guys were crazy for doing anything else, but I was just trying to get my bearings and figure out what the course is all about.
Wow. Dude just plays smart golf.
Yeah.
If you take on the basket, crazy things can happen here. He just throws it out into the open, gives himself about a 50-footer.
And you better read that caddy book because you might go back to that drop zone from the last hole if you go out of bounds. Think about how crazy that would be.
It's only holes 11, 17, and 27 that you go to the drop zone.
Okay, gotcha.
So here, which they have done a drop zone here. Previously, it's not in play for this Majestic.
Yeah. So to me, I would just rush the green like that. You go B, you're fine.
Both he and Prezi hitting right by the out-of-bounds stake. 50-50 hits.
Yeah.
They could have gone out of bounds and given themselves circles, edges for the pars. Both of them have birdies now.
But I like this route too. I don't really have it.
There's
But
a left-to-right wind this day. Ooh, is that? Didn't see the out of bounds.
yeah. No string. So you're gonna have to call it as a group.
Look at that.
Another Anheuser bid.
Wow.
Wow.
I was hoping we'd see that thing again. Very confident in it.
Yeah, I mean it was a unique line, but it looked true the whole way.
Yeah. Yeah, to be that good, to be able to switch back and forth between that little pitch that he does and then the spin from 50. Amazing. And I'm sure that works really well in the wind as well for
sure.
Joe. If he's out there in Kansas or Colorado's got some crazy winds as well. Kale, nice bird. And Matt,
Giving it to him.
I guess this is going to be a birdie.
Is this?
Let's look for the graphic.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was wondering if that was him taking his meter, but either way, birdie.
Yeah, interesting. I think he'd be out of that bush.
Yeah,
Meter.
a little bit, but I mean, hey, maybe he wanted a little straddle. Maybe he wants a little challenge. No
Yeah.
problems.
There you go. Dutch Napier on the bag for Kale, it looked like. Headed into hole 13. Tree down. So we got a net guarding this hole now. Got to play out around it over this moat and get this thing to hyzer heavily back left. Mistake is to push it too straight and find the out of bounds long.
Yeah.
Which does happen, especially in a left to right wind, which I think is not what these guys have.
Yeah.
They got the right to left, so it'll be helping.
Yeah. This is just a unique shape that you don't throw very often. I mean, it's very much kind of a 90-degree turn. So you almost want it to come backwards. So like high and flat is like a great way of doing it.
Ooh, Joe. That's got to be out of bounds.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I said you got to avoid. He looked like he was playing it safe, wasn't taking on the trees with a height or angle.
Yeah, I would say the mistake there is just the lack of height. The higher you go, the more like swing it has, and especially with the wind helping you, can help.
You saw that right to left picking his disc up as it moved. A little wry smile from that. This is looking too tight.
That looked like a slip or something happened in the throw. And basically, if you're too tight, you hit those trees and it goes out of bounds. That's what I've learned.
It's 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah, it drops down right on the line. Sometimes you get away with it. Most of the time you don't. Is it push around the
If it
tree?
has the distance, it's good, I think.
Too tight. Slightly too tight. It's a very specific line. It takes a guy like, it takes power like yours, really. You got to have a big 460, 70 spike hyzer
Yeah.
to be able to give that thing a full bid. Matt bringing up a little metal from deep. Found a line through these trees. That would have been a tailwind right to left, trying to slam his disc down. So to keep the height like that, very impressive.
This is kind of what I like. I mean, obviously, I don't like to see Matty O play bad. But when he does, like, he's liable to give a bid from anywhere. And we saw that with the large putt on the elevated basket. That gets smoked, by the way.
Yeah, I think he kind of decided he didn't want to throw it high enough, as high as it would have taken to make it
I mean,
that OB long.
Yeah, sometimes after you throw the putt, here's the anti-bid again, you realize the amount of like speed and height it would have taken, and I'll just say like, okay, yeah, I was never doing that. You know, I'm never throwing that hard enough and high enough.
I mean, the second you get that wind read wrong, you're like 40 feet into the trees. Kale, just hard to throw it high enough.
Yeah. And he's in a tough spot right now. He's 4 back of Joe, or he's about to get a stroke though. So it'll be 3. And I mean, he's just on a big streak of pars with only 1 birdie in there.
Crazy.
He feels like he needs to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you got 8 pars in your last 9 holes at Blue Ribbon Pines on a pretty good scoring day. I mean, it's a little breezy, but for a few of these holes, it's actually helping them get around the corner. This is a hole that these guys need to get. They need to get the next one as well. This is a couple birdies right here.
Yeah.
I'm calling. This is the last hole on this front 14, though. We call it the pit. Lots of times it's the bonus ace hole here at the Blue Ribbon Pines Leagues, which this bonus ace pot gets so high out here. They kill it.
It feels like the hole you almost in a tournament should still run for ace. You know, you got the backstop, you got the bowl that it finishes in. Like, give it a little bit. That's undercommitted, but he's kind of going to get away with it here.
100% getting away with it. He's got a 16-footer now. Wow, that's a gift.
Very much so. I mean, he's not really trying to challenge that tree at all. And he was able to go left of it and still be all right. Prez might have a even obstructed putt from there, but not too difficult. That little downhill in the putt, too, makes it feel a little easier, maybe.
Equidistant to what Kale's looking at. This could be, kind of a bid.
Yeah. I respect it. Yeah, that seemed chain high, right on it.
Joe just doesn't miss by much. There you go.
Yeah.
3 sitting right outside the pit. our leader inside the pit, continuing to put pressure on these guys. Even if they're getting birdies, they know he's getting them before them. There's always just that tension to make sure you get yours. Kale now, maybe that'll get him started. A little gift from Blue Ribbon Pines, from Ray Jordan to him. Just reminding him Minnesota loves him.
That was a good putt from him too. Him and Prez. Good, confident. I mean, I feel like, with the green, makes things feel a little bit easier. And it's a little tough when you are back and you feel like you got to birdie a lot and you have a lot to birdie, but one at a time, making it happen.
That is exactly how you make it happen.
Yeah.
One at a time. You just got to slow everything down. And that is the front 14. Taking a look at our leaderboard.
Whoa.
Look at this right here. Is that 13 through 15? For real, Evan Smith, 1044 rated, one of the top 10 players in the world, out here absolutely shredding Blue Ribbon Pines, setting a pace that nobody is matching.
No. And that's what I was just saying. Like, Joe cannot get comfortable because there might be someone shredding. And I mean, maybe he knows, but I didn't know he was actually back, in the clubhouse, or not in the clubhouse, but on the standings behind Evan Smith, who has an unbelievable pace, like you said.
Yeah, we've seen crazy paces get started. Luke Taylor was 6 under through 4 holes last year, I believe. So it's going to take a lot of birdies, and we got a lot of golf to play. The back 13 waiting for us, of course. It is live, so come join us there. You've been watching the 2025 Minnesota Majestic, the 5th stop in the Go Throw Tour, presented by Prodigy Disc. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on that back 13.